So today I wanted to talk about flexing in Overwatch Season 8 and ask the question, does it really work in solo queue, and is it as good as a lot of people kind of thought it was going to be in Season 8? Now overall, I thought at the beginning of Season 8 it was going to be really strong. Post Diamond, your personal stats don't matter anymore, so instead of getting high stats to hopefully climb up the ladder, you should instead now focus on winning games. Get good team comps, get good shot calls, everyone's going to be less toxic and going to try to work together a little bit more. That's what my hope was. In actuality, I'm not seeing that way too much this season. I'm seeing a few more flex players, and really I would like to see even more than I'm seeing right now, but it does feel a lot like the previous seasons, and it's kind of hard. Now, one thing about flexing that I'm going to say, and one problem about flexing, and one reason I feel like a lot of people don't flex, is that while flexing does give you much better team comps, and while it does improve, overall I'm going to say communications because people listen to each other when you have a better team comp, it does create a situation where you have a lot of players that are less good than the enemies on their characters. And you kind of have to think to yourself, is it better for me to be really good on one or two characters and be able to just pop off super hard on Anna and let's say Reinhardt, or is it better for me to be able to play all the tanks and all the supports? What's going to help my team more? And I think as, you know, the higher ranks you get up, the easier it is to kind of just argue that maybe I should just play one character and be really, really good at them. And especially at Diamond Plus, where everybody's already pretty good, shouldn't you just become amazing at a few characters instead of flexing with quite a few? And that's where I feel like a lot of people have kind of got to right now. And honestly, that's kind of what happens quite a bit. If you flex, it's really hard for you, I'm going to say in general, to rank up. Because while you are creating good team comps and while you are creating good situations, you still can't really carry every single game by yourself. I'm going to say that it's very easy to stay at the rank that you're at right now flexing, and it's very easy to very slowly climb up the ranks. And if you put in a ton of hours, I'm going to say flexing will climb you up the ranks eventually. But I'm going to say again, it is pretty hard to climb the season. And even though flexing is better than in the past, I feel like there still is the problem that, again, even though your stats don't matter, you might lose the game for your team because you aren't really way too great at your character. And that's something that I wish wasn't how it was, but that's just often kind of how it is. A lot of the time I see the team with the worst team comp still winning because their players are better. So what can you do about this? If you're a flex player that wants to be, you know, a good team player, make good team comps, but still be really useful for your team, what can you do? Here's what I'm going to say to you guys, and this is something that I'd really recommend to one tricks, flex players, and everything this season. I would recommend to have 3 mains this season. 1 DPS, 1 tank, 1 support. I don't care who they are. I don't care what they are. I don't care what you're doing. Just try to have at least 3 mains and flex between all of them. You're going to become good at all these characters. You're going to learn general game sense for every single role. And that's going to improve you a lot faster while still keeping relatively good team comps. They're not going to be the best team comps in the world. You're not going to have meta comps every single game, unless I guess you main Junkrat or Orisa. But that's still going to help you personally a lot more than flexing between every single character. Personally, I believe that maining one character isn't really that great this season because you're going to be put in a lot of situations where you have 4 DPS and you automatically lose. Well, at the same time, playing every character I think also puts you in a bad situation because, again, you aren't quite as good as everybody else, which will make so that you're probably going to tie a lot of games and get the same MMR. But I think doing this, having 3 mains and all their roles, is really the way to climb up and really the way to just do better in a lot of your games and to hopefully carry yourself through quite a bit of your games. Now, this will take a decent amount of time. You will have to actually learn a multitude of characters, and if you're already a flex player, I don't think it'll be nearly as hard for you, but kind of just get used to playing with slightly worse team comps sometimes, but focus on yourself a little bit more, focus on improving, and still do focus on getting good shot calls and trying to make your teammates play together, because that still is more important in this season than it was in the past. But that's generally how I'm going to say you should kind of play out the season. Personally, for myself, I'm going to be trying to play Doomfist as my DPS, Orisa for my support, not support, for my tank, I'm stupid, and then finally Mercy for my support. And we're going to see how that works for me. I'll come back in a little bit and tell you guys how it works. I tried to do that last season though, and I climbed up pretty fast, so I think it's going to work as this season is pretty close to the last season. Anyways, as always guys, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Try to make it as quick as I possibly could. If you have your own tips or opinions in the comment section down below, please leave them there. Press the subscribe button if you want to see any more stuff like this in the future, or the notification button. Hit that like button if you want to see stuff as well. And as always guys, thank you all for watching and have a wonderful day.